A major WWE match is considered the ultimate destination. We have an update on AEW Collision's ticket sales, and we have the latest on WWE's hesitancy towards Seth Rollins as world champion. Stay tuned for the news. It is a big weekend of wrestling. There's four big events on. We had Under Siege last night.
Just a little bit of a big event.
Oh my God, we've got Night of Champions, we've got Battleground and Double or Nothing. It is constant wrestling this weekend, but we're going to kick things off right here just now with some wrestling news. So according to the Wrestling Observer, Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns is the long-term direction for WWE, which would lead to what is being quoted here as the ultimate destination match. The report notes that WrestleMania is a strong possibility for this rematch, but with it being so far out and it's WWE, things can change.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where you'll hear of plans, you'll hear of rumblings, but card is always subject to change. You never know what's going to happen. Something could pop up and just be like, hey, here's an unmissable movie role for you, Roman. We need you for this 3 months, and it takes him out of that window. There could be any number of things, but ultimately I think it's not very surprising that Cody Roman is the sort of the match, because everybody thought it was maybe going to be this year's Mania, and then we had the rubber chicken and it all didn't go the way we all thought we were going to go, but it just left people kind of confused, and I think that if we can just let it cool down for a little bit now, let's not keep it at 100 miles an hour, and let's slowly build back to it. But I think that I can see it, but I would love if it's not ultimate destination in terms of the final match in the series. Ultimate destination more in the way it's like, we're going to be going to Milan.
Just got a globe
going like destination holiday locations,
home and away sort of thing. Your home's under hammer, all that sort of stuff. But I think
crawling around some abandoned pub in
Grand Designs. That's what we want to see. Cody versus Roman in a Grand Designs match. But this match, WrestleMania 40 could be the ultimate destination as quoted here. It feels like I still feel like they should have maybe had Cody win it this year's WrestleMania. It felt right to me. Stretching out for another year maybe loses a little bit of heat. We'll see. As it says, plans could change and they could do the match elsewhere. SummerSlam, possibly.
I think as well, it's probably important to look at the fact that Roman losing the belt isn't necessarily the end of Roman's story. Because there's going to be a lot that comes off the back of Roman losing both those belts, and he's going to be a very, very angry boy. And then I think that might be where we start moving toward the potential. It's dangling long in the distance there's a carrot, but the potential Rock Roman match, I think, would come after any title window stuff.
I mean, the only thing I can think of, if it's not Cody, that it's maybe Solo Sikoa that takes the belt off him.
That would be quite the rise. It'd be I'd want to see that.
But the thing is, he is the future of the business, and that actually, jumping on to our next story, a report from the Wrestling Observer has stated that there's a big internal focus right now in WWE to push younger talent on Raw and SmackDown. We recently saw a large number of call-ups during the draft. We saw Grayson Waller, Indy Hartwell. There's a massive crop of young talent, and it's great to see. Austin Theory, of course, United States champion at the moment, and it does. I looked up the WWE World Championship tournament. Of course, they're crowning a new world champion tonight. The average age of that tournament, Sam,
was
42. Oh, it was 42 years old. So WWE does need to sort of think about pushing that younger crop of talent so that in 5-6 years' time, you've not got all your stars aging out and leaving the company.
It's not just that as well. I think when you look at the other side of the fence, you look at AEW, and I know a lot of people rolling their eyes and stuff, but when you look over to AEW, they have talent ranging, from more mature talent to veteran talent to very fresh talent. And I think having that just prominent and represented on screen, it makes the product more attractive to people of those age groups, right? So it's kind of just like you're doing as much as you can to really broaden the audience potential there as well.
Of course, and having those stars there and sort of making them early stars allows you to have them here for the next 15-20 years. If Austin Theory starts as being a massive draw just now, and he's there until he's 45, that's 20 years of Austin Theory, and I know the audience will love that. But so that was a little update. We'll see some future draws from the young crop of talent coming up from NXT. But we've got an update on Liv Morgan's injury. What's the news, Sam?
So this one comes from Fightful Select, but they've revealed that Liv Morgan is expected to be out of action Collision through the summer following her sustaining a shoulder injury on SmackDown. Since then, she's obviously relinquished her women's tag team championships with Raquel Rodriguez, which we reported on last week. And new champions will be crowned on Raw. It's just a shame, but, at least it's not something that's going to take Liv out for a super extended period of time. It's not ideal, obviously, but fingers crossed she comes back fighting fit and just straight back into it.
Hopefully so. She was kind of on a roll, and I was a bit sort of unsure about the teaming with Raquel because they didn't seem like they blended too well.
They were just starting to gel, though. That was the thing. They were just starting to gel, and then it all kind of got...
It all came out from under them, especially they got matching attires or colours and schemes and all that sort of stuff, and it looked like that was going to be the team, but it seems not. She's going to be out for the summer. But we have a little update on Austin Theory now, and according to Better Wrestling Experience, current United States champion Austin Theory is set for a big push going into the summer. He's going to be featured in, and I quote, a big story. And he could drop the US title at SummerSlam in August before moving on to the planned story. Of course, he defended his US title against Sheamus last night. It wasn't a taped episode of SmackDown, so we knew that last week. But he defended it there, and it looks like he's going to take that into the summer and maybe lose it at SummerSlam.
He's got to drop it at some point if he wants to move any higher up the card, and it feels very much like the company wants him at the top of the card. So I think that he's got a bright future ahead of him within the company. Maybe this isn't going to be an immediate push toward hey, get him straight in the big title picture. But now that we've got 3 world championships after tonight,
we do have 3.
I can see him being at least one of the pictures.
Yeah, I can see him on maybe on the SmackDown roster, sort of getting close to Roman Reigns and challenging in that sort of area, but sort of being one of the guys that they market the show around and go, okay, this is the guy that we want. I
think maybe like back end of next year, maybe after Mania, we'll start to see him rise into that main title.
Who would you
picture.
like to see him lose the US title to? Anyone jumping out to you? Because the only name for me is LA Knight, but I want him Money in the Bank.
This is the thing. I want him to take Money in the Bank, but then when I think about Money in the Bank, when I was on stream the other day, we were having a bit of a chat about it, and it was like, I would love to see LA Knight take Money in the Bank, but if Logan Paul goes into Money in the Bank, that makes the most marketing sense, and also you're going to annoy a lot of fans, so they're probably going to do it.
I honestly would love that. I think he'd
think
be
about
the right guy
to do it. Take the case everywhere with him, so long as if he's willing to do it.
And I think he would be. But that's looking forward to Money in the Bank next month. We've got an update on AEW's Collision's ticket sale just now, because as of the time of recording, the Wrestling Observer has reported that the Collision ticket sales, with the names advertised, was not proving to be a big attraction, even with the drawing attraction of running on Saturday nights, which is usually the best night of the week for live attractions. If you're going to a concert, you're going to a gig.
Yeah, you got
Saturday's
the Sunday to recover.
Exactly. You can be hungover on the Sunday.
If you work a normal week, you've got all day Saturday to just chill out before you go.
Exactly. So it looks like Collision struggling maybe in that market there. The event on the 24th of June in particular was pointed out in this week's Wrestling Observer as concerning, as only 1,683 tickets have been sold, despite Forbidden Door happening in the same city the night after. And it's sold out.
How much do you think the drama in and around Collision has fed into this, maybe?
I think it's the fact that people are unsure of who they're going to see.
Yeah.
And we know that they've now announced Chicago, and the sort of open secret is Punk's coming back. But it's still uncertainty.
It's been very Sega Saturn launch. It's just been kind of like, there's a new thing, come get it. And it's like, I think, I don't know if it's, hopefully, it picks up, but it may mean that they're going to have to kind of market a bit more heavily. They're going to have to, put a lot more into it. I think forward. It
could be a case of once the first episode is out the way on the 17th of June, people then go, oh,
it might just be trepidation on that front,
and then we'll see a rise in ticket sales. But also, AEW, I should say, has been going to sort of the same markets, and we have seen a lot of ticket sales falling in recent months because they're going to the same markets. Maybe Collision might freshen things up, but right now,
if they just ran Wembley every week, they'd be grand.
That's some great business advice from Sam right here. But we're going to round things off on a story about Seth Rollins. He's, of course, challenging for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, the brand new World Heavyweight Championship title.
Surely.
He's got to do it. But there is a little bit of hesitancy, or there was some hesitancy reported this week. But WWE higher-ups have spoken to Fightful Select about those reports about some hesitancy towards Seth Rollins becoming the new champion. Obviously, due to his recent appearances on Captain America: New World Order and on his set. WWE higher up has denied this by saying, "I can't speak to how those in charge a year ago would have felt, but now it's seen as a positive, especially with Endeavor on board," alluding to his time on set for Captain America. "We are made aware that the situation was happening, and he's already done filming. We'd planned out the sit-down interviews to make up for his absence, and it's full speed ahead." Makes it feel like whoever this WWE higher up is going, he's winning, but we're not saying he's winning.
I find it interesting from just the movie perspective that maybe a year ago it wouldn't be quite as tolerated, considering that like Vince McMahon Sr. didn't like Hulk Hogan doing Rocky 3.
Yeah.
Vince McMahon, the one we all know.
Yeah.
He was like, who cares? It gets more eyes on him.
Yeah.
This is all it's going to do. So Endeavor's kind of, as long as they can plan ahead, I mean, we're surely going to see WWE stars popping up in more and more places, and it's just going to be a net benefit for overall marketing for the talent and the company, because when they return and it's like, hey, I've just been in a massive Marvel film, it's like, oh wow.
We've seen it with Mercedes Moné doing Star Wars. She's been on like the red carpets for stuff, and people know who she is now outside of the world of wrestling. Seth Rollins, it could do the same too. Imagine him on the red carpet for Captain America: New World Order next year with the World Heavyweight Championship. There's your brand. But I'm excited to see what happens at Night of Champions tonight. I'm hoping Seth takes the belt, but we've got a lot of content for you. So, Night of Champion reactions. Team WWE are going to be reacting to Night of Champions. We've got 9 pitches currently on the channel already, and of course, after the show, we'll have what happened at WTF moments, some more news. We've got a lot of content,
and
but
all the
that's
regular content
not
as well.
all. Yeah, we've got tomorrow night. Team AEW, myself and Tom will be reacting to Double or Nothing. We then also have 9 pitches for that. It's on the channel now. We've got WTF moments coming after the show. We'll have what happened at. We'll have the news and all the regular content. It's
who needs the sunshine? Who needs it?
Exactly. Why can't it be raining this weekend? It's going to be good fun. We'll see you there. Tell us in the comments below what match you're most excited for and which show you're most excited for. But in the meantime, go and get some caffeine. You'll need it for this weekend. See you later.